Despite being the leader, why did a 23-year-old man have to leave his country? Why did this person and his group only travel on foot at night to reach India? And how did he create his community in India and establish a government known as Government in Exile? This is the tale of the most high profile refugee and the most respected Buddhist leader the world has ever seen. Perhaps he needs no introduction, but still. This is the story of His Holiness Dalai Lama XIV, the Tibetan Supreme Leader and a Buddhist preacher. Tenzin Gyatso. Tenzin Gyatso was born in Taxter, Tibet on July 6, 1935. However, Tenzin has been acknowledged as the 13th Dalai Lama Tibetan Gyatso successor after only 2 years. But what does Dalai Lama actually mean? Big. Big is what Dalai means, and master or guru is what Lama signifies. Dalai Lama refers to the greatest guru or master. Tibetans used to select their Dalai Lama through a ritual while they were children, and that is how His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama was recognized. Lhasa, the capital of Tibet at the time, was where the Dalai Lama used to manage the government. Tibet was an independent country before China invaded it in 1950. His Holiness the Dalai Lama led Tibetan government, and the Republic of China finalized the 17-point agreement in 1951. On April 18, 1959, when Dalai Lama reached to India, the Dalai Lama stated that this happened under pressure. General Zhang of Communist China invited the Dalai Lama to the theatrical performance by Chinese dance troupes in 1959 and asked him to come without bodyguards. However, thousands of people gathered in front of Norbolingka Palace to identify any danger to their young leader and stopped him from leaving. Later, the Ninjung oracle advised him to leave Tibet. Thus, the Dalai Lama did so to begin his journey. Dalai Lama has also received assistance from the CIA and has been walking for more than 2 weeks. The Dalai Lama and the followers used to travel primarily at night and hide during the day in order to avoid being killed or captured by Chinese forces. On April 18, 1959, the Dalai Lama finally arrived in India, where Tibet people have called home ever since.
India offered the God King of Buddhism a safe refuge from the communist Chinese. To Tezpur flocked reporters representing the press of all the free world. By jeeps, the God King and his entourage traveled the last stage of their perilous 300-mile journey. No one could have told from his unruffled bearing, as he was greeted by high Indian officials and presented with the white scarf, token of friendship, that the Dalai Lama had been in mortal danger since he left Lhasa.
He came in Assam, Tezpur, under the protection of Indian Armed Rifle Guards. It is estimated that 1.2 million Tibetans died later in China as a result of guerrilla war, making it perhaps the worst invasion in history. Later, in Mussoorie, Prime Minister Nehru had a meeting with His Holiness Dalai Lama. He resided in Birla House, where other devotees and Tibetans also resided. In April 1960, the Dalai Lama and 80 members of his government in exile traveled to Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh. At the end of 1959, the government planned to provide them with permanent accommodation in Dharamshala. The first residence of Dalai Lama and the Tibetans was in Mussoorie. They currently resided at McLeodganj Dharamshala in the Kangra district of Himachal Pradesh. Numerous Tibetans are developing in India with their culture, schools and communities while still managing their government in exile, fighting to preserve their culture and following Buddhism. Recently, the Dalai Lama said he did not want to travel to Tibet and preferred to stay in Dharamshala.
I really enjoy my position here in India. So this now Kangra, my more or less permanent now residence, Pandit Nehru chose, and I really enjoy here. I can communicate with everybody from a part of the world. So very free. And Dharamshala, Kangra, the height, not very high, not very low, and very suitable for my health. And also, you see, some snow mountain and some lake and some forest. I love this place. So, one time when I met Suran Singh, Khasi, Siluningbuti. Manmohan Singh. You see, once now, many years ago, when I met him, then I expressed, I want India is the home of my rest of life, and even my sort of death, I prefer India. I express that way.
However, the majority of Tibetans who are waiting to return home occasionally think of their country and its lovely capital Lhasa, and they are hoping someday they will go their homeland. His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, and Tibetans have frequently thanked India for giving them a place to call home. India also considers the Tibetan people to be its own sons and daughters of the soil rather than refugees from
60
others.
years in India, all Tibetan have all the conditions what an Indian citizen have. Okay, so on that level, I would like to say thank you very much for India and the Indian government.
Thank you, India. Thank you for the generosity with which the Indian government and its people welcomed us into India, even when they themselves were facing difficulties with their newly independent nation. It is because of the Indian government providing us lands for resettlement that I, my family, and our people have homes and lives to live, the freedom to express, and the space to preserve our rich culture and identity.
So, long live brotherhood. Jai Hind.